Welcome APMA's 2024-25.
Yeah.
Like, how was your experience way back in Thailand?
This, from you, I think. Can you start from you?
Okay, so I can start. I'm Shwe, so I'm from Myanmar. So the first day I arrived here, it's a big culture shock. It's totally different from Bangkok, and I like the food here really much because I'm from Southeast Asia. We eat rice most of the time, but when we arrive here, I enjoy chicken curry very much, and then roti, falafel, and then the milk. Food are really different, and also fruit here I feel really fresh and also juicy comparing to Southeast Asia. So I have to agree with my friend from South Asia that she said that they said the food here are good. So I agree with this.
Okay, Anya.
I think, my name is Zainab from Indonesia. I think when I moved here from Thailand to Nepal, obviously the culture shock is the cold. It's really cold, like today is really cold. But I think the one thing that I really like about Nepal, especially Kathmandu, Bhaktapur, and Lalitpur, is the scenery and the cityscape, because I really love photography and for taking pictures of the city landscape and such around. And it's basically I have so much fun taking pictures in Patanduba Square, or even the Kathmandu road, the really crowded and busy road. I really love it. And also the food. At first I need to adjust a little bit because Southeast Asian food, especially Indonesian food, are packed with flavor. There's a lot of flavor, a lot of MSG in it. And in Nepal it's good, but in a more minimal way in the flavor. So I need to get adjusted. But when I just already get used to it, it's really nice. I really like it.
Yes, Nora.
My name is Nora, but you can call me 2000.
So
when
which
I
one is
said-
it?
Yeah.
So which one is it?
I'm really excited. So the first camp I'm here, I already saw the Himalayan mountain. It's really excited, and I never see before. I already dreamed of my child. One day I wanna see the Himalayan mountain. Now my dream is came true, and that I'm really happy and excited. And the food is really quite different from Myanmar, but I really love and enjoy. And also I really like it when they people is really humble, and the communication is a bit quite warm. And so I just learn how my and the family and also they really communicate the humble, and they eating together all time. It's just really impressed for my first time.
So I just want to add one point about Himalaya mountain. We have about that in our textbook curriculum.
Yeah.
But we have never seen it, so we're really excited to see
I
that.
can see it almost every day.
When
Yeah.
we're in outreach campus, will it be more visible, the
Yeah,
mountains?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're really excited.
Yeah, so
okay.
that's why my dream is
Yeah,
came true.
yeah.
Please,
So I'm Zai, and I'm from Pakistan. I mean, there was no cultural shock for me because people are exactly like my country. The values are same. We eat more spicy food. The food is not that spicy here, but I would say it's spicy. In our mountain region, people also have this kind of spices as well, level of spices. So I think there was no culture shock. When I entered, when I come out of the airport, I think my lungs would feel back to home, because Lahore is also very polluted.
Dusty.
Dusty. No, Lahore is not that dusty, but it's polluted as well. The air quality is really bad. But I think I actually expected Nepal to be more developed, but it is not that developed. But I feel I still feel like home because people are exactly same. I think it's huge, a rich culture here. The food is so good. And people are actually really nice. When I interact with them, I feel like I'm back to Lahore. And I think I was missing my home a lot when I was in Bangkok. So, and here I'm just feeling nostalgic all the time that, oh, I'm back to home, I'm back to home. Even because in home I also used to ride bike, and in the night, and in the winter weather is exactly same as Lahore. So for me, it actually feels like I'm back to home, and people are exactly same. Everything is same. So for me, there is no cultural shock. I think I'm just happy because just like you guys, you are having roti here every day. And our cuisine is like packed with rotis. We don't have rice that much. We don't eat. So I'm like actually happy and I was excited to have roti, and that's why whenever you guys eat noodles or rice, I'm like, no, I just want to have roti every day. Because I'm gonna go back to Bangkok and I will be having noodles and rice. So I don't have as much roti as I can. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so I'm Arthur and I'm from Myanmar as my friend as well. So the thing is, I'm really reversed with the Thai situations. So Thailand is like I feel like I don't even left home because a lot of Burmese populations and Burmese food and it's readily available. So but coming here I started to feel like, oh, I'm in a different country, you know. When I left the airport, when I see the people, the jazz and the wind, and really sunny as well, so I was like, oh my god, there's nothing here. But that night we went out to meet Sai, but with the weathers and the night, it's kind of remind me of my hometown. So like Kathmandu is like my hometown. It's I feel like nostalgic and it reminded me of the family, especially like the host family is very similar to my aunt. So my aunties. In the house itself is like in the similar structure, so I feel like I was visiting a relative home rather than like going out and study at a different place. So these are the things that I really like about it, and also the people are really nice. And one of the things that made me fall in love with Kathmandu is the people itself. Like even the bike driver, they are really nice. They want to communicate, they want to talk, they want to understand. So. Yeah, I mean, I came from Yangon, I came from like Bangkok, which is like we don't interact with other people a lot. But here, so I have to fix for myself a little bit. I was thinking, why are these people so nosy? When they asking questions about me, I'm like, oh yeah, they're just trying to be friendly. Yeah, they just want to show like this. And now I'm fitting into the Kathmandu and Nepal culture, and I really love it.
I will just say one thing here. So there are some cities and it's popular about them that they just take you in. So in my country it's Karachi. It just take you in, it just makes you like part of it. I think Kathmandu also has that. It just take you in, it just makes you part of you. So I like that about Kathmandu.
I agree with them.
Yeah.
It just take you in.
Yeah. So like, why did you choose Nepal as your second semester, like specializing in the human rights?
Okay, so let me start with this. So I'm doing about Buddhism and LGBT issues. So like Nepal is also like have a lot of Buddhist population and is the birthplace of Buddha. And also from the literature and study, we know like Nepal also allows same-sex marriage. So I wanted to come here. I wanted to study how like these people are very different from Thailand and Myanmar context, and how these cultural values and Buddhism impact the people's lives. I would like to see that. So I choose Nepal. And also like among the other choices, I want to visit South Asia because we are from ASEAN countries, so we can visit the other ASEAN countries very easily. So South Asia is very difficult, so it is a chance for me to visit out of the region. So I came here and from Sri Lanka and Nepal. I think Nepal is a better choice for me. So it is my first options, and I don't even have to switch. I got it.
Yeah, you're lucky. Now
I think it was same for me as well, because I also like Nepal was also my priority. And I think it was because of from Pakistan, people really wants to like visit Kathmandu or Nepal because I think because of the culture and like historical side here, and also having like rich leftist tradition as well, and which is something like if you are from left in Pakistan, you really want to visit those places. For example, in India, we want to go to Kerala or JNU, visit in Delhi. So I think it was like that romanticization as well, and I agree with Arthur as well, because having progressive laws, it actually impacts your decision going to a country. If the country has progressive law and you are from like certain minority communities, so you would like to go in a country where you have protection there. So I think that's why I also chose Nepal, and I got it. It was also my first priority.
Also, like Nepal bring us closer. It's got like when they announced about the university that we are going to. So Zion wasn't here in Thailand. Zion wasn't in Thailand. So I messaged on WhatsApp on Zion saying like we got into Nepal. We are the only two that choose Nepal, so we are gonna go there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the beginning of our friendship as well.
Yeah. Now we're really good friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, when I was Thai, is like a little bit different kind of the religion. So most of them I closely work living with like diverse community. So that's why I want to learn about like in Nepal is like similar of Myanmar diverse community and diverse religion, diverse culture. So that's why I want to learn. And the first day I want to choose the KSL, and my father does not allow me to go in this. Why you are going the KSL, you go into like the Indonesia. But Indonesia you took at a university, but I explained, no, I want to go there and I want to learn a different culture and different diverse community. So my previous work is like the related like the diverse community to I'm already communicate with like the Buddhist monk and they like the community in the Muslim people and about the community is like social inclusion. So that's why I want to learn about like in this culture because on Nepal is like the 1% of like the Muslim community. That's so why I want to learn about. That's all. That's why I'm choosing London.
You all have really intellectual reasons. I feel ashamed because Nepal is actually my second choice. My first choice is in the Philippines, but I got accepted in Nepal. But the main reason at the time where I was choosing Nepal is because I don't want to come out as sort of like Orientalist in there, but like Nepal feels so different to me because like at the time I didn't really know about the history and the culture and the politics and also the law. I only knew like some news about Nepal, but like at the time when I choose it, oh, it feels really great if I just come here and study in a place that I have no idea and just start from there. And then like, oh, it came true. And then I start like reading a bit about Nepal and from its like stuff about tourism until like a more heavy stuff, academic stuff, and then like, wow, I think I made the right choice because like Nepal sits in a really unique place in the global history trajectory. Like it's still like really vibrant in a way that it's still building. Its nation is in the process of nation building. It achieved a lot of progressive advancement in there, but also it has its problem also, which is like I think it will be a really unique place to study human rights here. I think, yeah. But yeah, they're not too as intellectual as these three. They're really serious about their study, I think. For me, I just, wow, it's a cool place, let's go.
Okay, so for me, Nepal actually is none of in my list. You know, my first choice was in Indonesia, and my second choice was the Philippines. And I was like, assigned.
You are really interested in my country. Kind of confused.
And then I was like assigned to come to Nepal. Okay, anywhere I can go, wherever, if it's as long as a new place, a new country to go. Okay. And then when I arrived here, like I started observing things, but before I came in, I also told to I talked to my father that I'm going to Nepal, and my father said, really, like, are you sure, like, why you choose Nepal? I said I didn't choose it. So my professor asked me to come, and my father was saying that how progressive. He was asking about that, like he said that he heard that like in Nepal it's not really like progressive thing. But when I arrived here, like I heard about the marriage, the LGBT, about legal things, and also like abortion, also legal here. So I feel like they have like really progressive law in Nepal. And the second thing I find out is this country is really good to do a blogging, you know, do the blog, because culturally rich, and I've never seen people like doing the wedding ceremony here is very interesting. That they work and they dance and. These things are very like different, so it's totally new experience for me, and also enjoying experiencing new things, new people here.
My dad is really jealous that I'm in Nepal because my dad loves to hike mountains.
Oh, you should bring him.
Yeah, he really wants to, but I don't think he has time. But like he's really jealous, like telling me every day, like, Oh, it's really like it's a shame you don't hike mountains. If I were you, I wouldn't come to class and just go to the Himalaya.
You come to class, but when you don't have class, you can go hiking. That's really better.
And one more thing I find is that in Thailand, we have like separation for uniform. If women, we have to wear skirt in university or school, and for men, like they wear pants. But here, both men and
It's
women,
gender neutral.
it's gender neutral, and I like about this fact as well.
That's good. So you have made so many observations in the few days that you are here. Nice ones. So let's talk about academics, because coming back to academics is your year to study. So how are your experiences with regard to academics here, and how different do you find it from the universities that you have studied? Since you had class with DLL students.
We start first again.
From the academics, because in the classroom, because we are just sitting 5 people here, so I think it's a bit tricky for me to like do the comparison. And for me, I feel like it would be better if we are sitting with other master students from Nepal and sitting in the same class and do how they interact and things that one expect. But in terms of lecture, by the way, I'm not pleasing you, but I really like the way you instruct, like the way you teach to us, and I feel like it's really like I don't see power dynamic between you and when you are doing the lecturing. That's the things that I really like about it, like most.
Because you guys listen and interact and don't make noise in the class, so I think the power dynamics are equal.
Plus, it's more intimate setting.
Yeah.
It's too late to discipline us now.
That's something there.
We're too old for that.
But it's like small like discussion when I
Yeah.
sit in your
Yeah.
lecture.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I'm sitting there lecturing, but I feel like we are doing discussion.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing that I enjoy most.
For me, when I judge that whether like a college is good or not is based on their library, like what's in their library. And when I come to the KSL library, I was really impressed about how like the bibliography in there is really good. Like I found, because I also come from law, and like law school in Indonesia tends to be discouraging students to talk about politics and economy, because law is law. That is
Yeah.
like different subject. You don't need to learn that. But in KSL, I love how you guys like really embrace this interdisciplinary perspective, and it reflects in your library, and it also reflects in your teaching in other classes as well. How law is really situated in this part in politics and economy and history and so on. And as a person who aspires to be an academic in law, like I'm really excited, and it like reinvigorate my spirit to actually learn something here.
So in Indonesia, like they don't teach political science and
Not at all.
sociology and
Not at all. Even
it's law means you have to. How many years you have to study law?
4
4 years.
4
and
years.
they'll teach you only about law.
Only about
not
law.
about political science,
No.
sociology,
Not
and
at
other
all. Not at all.
interdisciplinary subjects.
That's why when I study about like that, like and in my bachelor I was like self-studying. I read by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So without interdisciplinarity, I think law will seem to be very boring. It's
Yeah,
like-
it is really boring. It is really boring, and also it erases all the progressive potential of
yeah,
law
because
itself.
you cannot develop in the way like you want to, right?
Yes.
If you don't have a background of history, if you don't have a
Yeah.
background of political science, then how can you like bring in progressive and like
Yeah.
laws? That's the thing. Yeah.
It's really positivistic.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I'm not a law background, so I went to a little bit Shetland in the class, so I went to learn about Newton, like for example, like political or legal or policy, this is a Newton, and I went to learn, and other people, for especially like our classmates, and also like the one thing that I really admire is teaching you, because if a student asks like the question and you really know like the all thing and answer question is really fit, this is admire and me, and I feel like I want to learn about more and more, so that's why and I really appreciate like the curriculum and the short in discussion is like the short point and sometimes it's not like the detail like the academic, but including like the case study and explain is really impressed me.
By the way, I really like that class starting time here is 10. Because in
Yeah.
Thailand we have class start
Nine.
9. So we have to
And
wake up
they-
late here.
Okay, so in Mahidol University, it was mostly like the class dominated by Southeast Asian students. So mostly like whenever we are having discussion, it was mostly centered around Southeast Asia. I think that kind of has given me perspective about Southeast Asia because my knowledge was really poor about Southeast Asia. But I also kind of, because the South Asian students were not in majority, they were like 4 or 5 people. But we also want to like share our history, our culture, our politics to my classmates as well. But it was very limited time. You cannot like talk about your politics in detail. So when I was coming here, tables are gonna turn. Now you will guys read like actually South Asian perspective as well. And I think like it because I know about South Asia, I read about South Asia a lot. I'm from South Asia. So I think when I was sitting in your classes, even most of the scholars that you quote, I have read them. I mean, I read so many scholars from India, and you're also from India, and you're from the campus that everyone in Pakistan dreams to go. So when I was like, oh, you're from JNU, so I'm already impressed by you.
Without taking
Yeah,
classes.
like I'm already impressed. I'm already impressed.
The prestige.
Yeah.
The prestige.
No, it's like in Pakistan we have like a romanticization of JNU people. We just romanticize them. We're like, oh, we want to go to JNU. And even like whenever we talk about building relationship with India, every student, the first thing they say is that whatever happened, the first thing should happen is like the government of India should start giving admissions to Pakistani student to JNU. This is the first thing that should happen. So I feel like, and also I agree with the show. I really like your teaching style. I think because I also want to discuss things. I don't want to be schooled. Because I feel like when you are a master's student, you already have read a lot.
Yeah, you have
so
read a
you
lot.
want to discuss ideas. You want to know what your professor has to say. And if there is and I think that's the difference in the Mahidol system as well. Even you are allowed to have discussions there. Participation is really important there. But I could feel the hierarchy there as well. Like you have to, although it's very different because in South Asia we also don't usually take the names of people. But I'm like here I say your name, I say Pooja's name. And I think it's good. It's good that I don't feel that hierarchy, and I feel like for me it's very difficult when there is a hierarchy to learn something. So I think I really like your teaching style, and I think I like the course outline as well because I think it doesn't just because I think it's very important for us to know the law perspective as well. So we are getting the political perspective, human rights perspective, and also like the laws and treaties and everything, like actually the legal perspective as well. So I think I'm really enjoying it because I think mostly because I'm coming from like the political science background, so I usually do not know much about legal. So I think I'm really satisfied with the course outline and teaching style here. Yeah.
So like so I mean at this point I did like a 4 or 5 university. So but if I'm going to compare KSS style with Myanmar style and like a Mahidol style, so KSS style is I think is pretty good, but also like the adjustment of the time and the style based on the number of students is pretty good as well. Like in my opinion, I kind of like the Mahidol style with like we have 3-hour lecture, there will be a break and they will not explain everything all at once. They will have like a chance for us to discuss, case study, talk about it. But I think it works because there is over 30 students of us in the classroom.
Yeah.
So we have like
can
we
divide
can divide
into
into
groups
group and
and
discuss
group
about
discussion,
it.
yeah.
But in here like we only have 5 students, so yeah.
So we can just have individual discussion.
Yeah, so like for the first few days, I was a little bit struggle with your class because too much information. Too much information. You're saying I really admire about you, and I kind of see like you coming from the law background because you're good at really doing research, talking about the case with the names and the year. I'm really impressed by it. A lot of information at once to take in. So, but I now I'm kind of used to it. Like in the this morning class, I'm really good at it. I understand what she was saying. So I got the condense. So yeah, for the first few days, I was a little bit struggling about the number of information. But it's nice, okay.
Me and Shwe are very happy because we want too much information.
You're okay with that amount of information.
Yeah, maybe because like I want that amount of information, but I also want like that information to settle in. So yeah,
Yeah,
because like
it's like
I need to
overload.
hear it, and I need to understand it. So
Yeah.
I need some time to digest the information.
But I think
so.
we had too many complicated topics also in the beginning.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
culture, like climate change and human rights. Like it was totally very different. And
Also, like,
difficult to
these-
bring in like
yeah.
regimes and explain them within 2 hours. It's like too much information, and then you're leaving up to you. Like, what do you think? How do we bring these two regimes
Yeah.
together? Right. So it was like the first few classes were like more about such topics, and it was like more difficult. But how did you like, the classes which you attended with the VLLB students?
Yeah.
Their presentations.
Yeah.
Also, I really want to mention this thing as well because I think in Mahidol we only like learn about one perspective, which is like kind of like a very human rights or liberal
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah, yeah.
But here, and I actually kind of feel sometimes that I cannot bring the critical perspective in the class, and if I bring it, like I don't know, I kind of feel that I cannot do it. But here I can openly like talk about those perspective, and you will be able to like learn as well.
Yeah.
So you are giving us like both perspectives. So I think that's something that I'm really liking because
And one thing is like, I always believe that teachers should not have monologue. They
Yeah.
should have a dialogue, because I've learned a lot from the students here. Like, since I've been teaching since 6 years in KSL, I have learned a lot regarding Nepali politics, history, everything. Actually, they began discussing, and then I started reading because of their influence. So it's them who have like taught me a lot of things regarding even legal aspects. So I think we cannot have a monologue now in today's times. We need to have a dialogue with the students, because they also teach a lot. Maybe earlier times that was also true, right? We have the Socratic dialogue and those kind of things, but then because in Asian culture, if we see, the teachers are like dominant, and the tyrannical thing is there, and maybe they don't acknowledge it enough, but the truth is that we also learn a lot from the students. So it's not like a monologue, it's a dialogue that we should have in classes. I strongly believe in that. So yeah, we were saying about BLLB students.
Okay, yeah.
yeah, PLB. I have a really good experience interacting with them. I think I'm a celebrity now among them. So I like it. I like it.
My complaint or criticism would be not enough, having not enough time, I guess. Maybe because we talk a lot during that day, so we don't have a lot of time to really discuss with these students. Yeah. Also, like it is good that our schedule don't really match, so that we can have like separate things. But it's also kind of bad in a way that we cannot interact with them. So when we are free, they're doing classes.
Yeah.
When they are free, we are already starting classes.
They're also
yeah.
like most of the KSL students are amidst their exams, so
Ah.
I think the interaction, most of them are on study leave now because their exams are going on. So maybe like in few days, like we'll have more students joining in, and we can have better interactions.
Yeah.
Even the LLM students have exams. So during this time of the year, the whole college is busy with exam except the first year students. And since they have classes since morning till evening, so it's difficult to interact. But only thing that we decided this time is to combine the classes. So we have like tomorrow also we have a combined class.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, along with the first year BLLB students. So classes, maybe it's like a huge number and it's difficult to interact at that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can meet them in the canteen and have a chat.
Also, I like this thing that I think that it could be like South Asian thing that we are opinionated a lot compared to like because that's my experience in Thailand that people don't usually share their political opinions. But I think South Asian, even if you will be talking to an in-drive guy, he will be sharing his political opinion casually. So I think, and here even students like engage with the political discussion, and in my experience with the locals, I think they're politically very aware. They know what's happening in their country. And even though they might not protest every day or talk or engage with the government, but they actually know what's happening. Even if their opinion based on some not logical, factual thing, but still they have opinion. And I think I really like that, because people should have at least opinion, even if it's bullshit, but there should be opinions.
I think Southeast Asian people, it's not that they don't have opinion, but they have opinion, but we have.
No, I say that they don't openly share it because of the culture. So in some culture, people usually share their opinion more bluntly. They have more blunt personalities.
We have a more subtle way of saying it.
Yeah.
Because of authoritarianism and so on.
Especially
Another culture shock for me when I arrived in Nepal, I find out that every single person, like most of them, they understand English. As like they are colonized, but they are not colonized, but their language skills, like even the waiter, waitress, taxi driver, they can communicate in English, which is very different from Thailand.
Thailand is really different.
Yeah.
We struggle in like Thai people.
So anything else that you want to discuss?
Okay, let's talk about APMA. What our own personal opinion and experience of APMA?
Yeah, about the course, maybe APMA as a overall course, how it is, and what are your expectations for the coming days? Maybe you can say that. Maybe for the students who will come in future and the courses that you're going to have, like HRM.
Okay, so let me start with that. I think APMA program is kind of perfect for me because we don't take too much time. Everything is happening very quickly. So some people might struggle to follow up the things because like everything is happening all at once. We have multiple assignments. We have multiple things happening at the same time. Especially in like a Thailand situations, it's stressful for a lot of people. But the good thing is we only need to spend like a year and a half on the whole program. So if you're taking a break from your work and trying to do your master, I think our program is really good. In a sense that we have to enjoy and experience two different countries and two different culture. And also, so the time limitations and the time, it's not that long. We can do it in a year and a half. So it is a really great thing. And also, I think the quality of the lecturers and professor, they are also pretty good. So I think that program is really perfect for me. So I already got a master. So I was aiming to do 2-year master program, but Ajahn Mike, he put me into APMA. So I was a little bit sad at the beginning because like we have to travel and a lot of hassle and a lot of things, but I think it makes sense for me because I already have another one, so I don't need to spend another 2 more years here. So make it quick and like enjoy the experience. That's the thing that I like about it.
I think I agree with the Arthur. It's quite an intense program. I think it's very intense, and I think like because it's designed in a way where you have to like quickly finish everything. Course content is good, professors are great, everything is great. But I think it's quite intense because everyone has a different threshold. And if you are moving in 2 countries, you have to adapt really quickly. And with that, you are having a lot of academic stress as well. So if you are somebody who struggle to manage academic stress, you should like think about it if you want to join it. Because my friends are also asking about the program, and I know some of my friends who cannot like manage that much stress. So the first thing I told them that hey, it's a lot of stress, because it makes sense. It's not the program is bad. It's like if you are finishing something in 1.5 years, of course it's going to be really intense and you have to quickly finish it.
And you should be really interested to pursue it in the way, right?
But I think at the end of the day, what motivates me is like my passion and love for academia. Because I really want to learn.
Like all of you have some background knowledge regarding the subjects that we are teaching. So maybe critical and emerging issues, like you are already aware of the things that are going around. So it's very interesting to discuss also, right, in the classes.
For me, my program is really interesting for me, but because of like all the students like the different country and different perspective, different culture, and we learn a lot in class. And also, professor is really good to involve like the teaching style, and it's really good. And also like the I really like the it's really intensive program. Is we already got like the first semester is Thailand, and second semester is we different countries. So we learn and explore a lot, explore like a culture and teaching style and different university teaching style. That's why it's really good for APMA program. So.
I think APMA program and also Mahidol University in general, in Indonesia it has become sort of well known as the master for activists, because like previous like APMA alumni and so I also understand that before APMA there's already this master on human rights in Mahidol, and also and that some people, some of my activists in my country who went there are like really well known and have a lot of like good review, if I may say, on their works and so on. So I think that it's that understanding alone is growing within my circle in Indonesian activism. Is also great that in order to become like have like knowledge in this critical and in this emerging and critical issues. You don't always have to go to Europe, you don't always have to go to the States and so on. So sort of kind of decolonization of knowledge in that one. And also regarding the intensity of the APMA program, I think I agree with Zai that you should like think about it, because this program is really intense, it's really quick. But I think for like people who are going to work in social movement, work in academia and so on, I think APMA is really appropriate because it teaches about resilience and quick adaptability skills, because like that alone is also a skill that needs to be taught, because in this kind of environment, like everything is changing, everything is quickly changing, everything is quickly adapting and so on. So to develop the skills of like we have to go through this, we have to do this, we have to do that in all at once. I think it has some appeal on developing the resilience that we need to be in this kind of field.
So for me, I also agree with Zai and after that program, the course that they have designed is very intensive. And then for me, I also like do some part-time work. So it's too much for me, but still the thing is still good that I just finished my bachelor last year, so I'm not really far from academia, so I'm still within the academia, so I can still like handle it. But there's academic stress that I have to manage it. And for the course content and the professor, the one thing that I really like about the APMA program is that it's not only the professor that are teaching at, there's always like guest lecturers coming from different organizations who has like practical experience about the areas of work, so we can learn from them. And another thing, as we gain network from my classmates, because I've never had like classmates from India and Pakistan, so this is the first time.
Yeah, breaking the stereotype.
Breaking the stereotype.
Breaking the stereotype.
Yeah, usually we just have friends from Southeast Asia, like Muslim Thai, Myanmar, but with APMA program, I got to be friends with Indonesia, Nepal, Pakistan, most of like some friends from South Asia. That's the network that I gained through APMA program.
Even Central Asia, really.
Yeah, even Central
Central
Asia,
Asia.
we have one student from
Two,
from
Kyrgyzstan.
From Kyrgyzstan. So it's a really good space to like have a network with students from other country.
Multicultural.
And also I think these kind of programs, there should be more, because yes, we can interact with European universities or in any way, because there are a lot of programs that covers the European or American universities. But I feel like we don't, like Asians don't usually interact that much. And we need to do that because our dynamics are really similar, our economies are really similar in a similar situation. And it's like the global south and the third world. I think we need like more sort of like programs
Because we
that
know more about US than we know about each other.
Exactly.
That's something
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
realized in my
Yeah.
college days. That we
When
don't
if-
know about our neighbors.
The thing is,
I didn't know anything about Pakistan.
yeah, Pakistan, when
I
I
knew more
first,
about
when I
US.
first met them, like they introduced us from Pakistan. I was like, wow. Like, so Pakistan also has like this kind of people because usually for bowling or shivas it would be like with hijab or
Yeah.
we have every kind of people. So there is this saying about India that whatever is right about India is wrong about India as well. It same goes with Pakistan. Whatever is right about us is wrong about us as well. At the
It
same
also
time.
it also occurs in like Southeast Asia because like when I realized that when I go to APMA and talk to my colleagues from Southeast Asia, we still need a lot to learn from each other because like when I especially on like Myanmar for example, like oh there's still a lot of things that I still didn't know.
Yeah, we know about each other, and I think
Yeah.
through these interactions, because we'll not particularly choose to read about maybe what is happening in Myanmar or Indonesia, but when we talk to each other, we gradually learn about it, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting
That's
way.
true. That's true.
So I wish you best of luck for the coming days and for the next course that you have and the internships and of course thesis writing.
That's the big
So I want you to finish them on time because
hopefully.
because Professor Geeta and me are even pressurizing some of them who could not like till now maybe because they joined the job and those things. So it's the right time to finish it on time into the time frame that you have deadlines. Okay.
I think most of the stress is like in Mahidol. In Patna universities, the stress is gonna be after the course. When we
After
have
the-
something like that.
Exactly, yeah.
So but I think
Yeah.
it's good because now we have time to adapt. But when I landed in Bangkok, I was taking classes and I have to adapt as well. And it was a huge culture shock for me
You have to
because
write the research proposal and those things.
yeah, and assignments after assignments.
But now at
because-
least you have like postponed that thing of
Yeah.
writing the
Yes.
thesis and those things after
Yeah.
passing the research.
And in first semester we have more courses as well. So
Yeah.
in second semester we only
It's
have two
a bit-
courses.
a bit more.
Yeah, so it was quite intensive for me. I would say.
But anyway, this too shall pass.
So you will get your masters.
Yeah, finally.
Okay then. Thank you so much.
Yay!